In a quiet town in Ohio, Jake worked as a skilled mechanic at a local repair shop. He was known for his honesty and hard work, often staying late to finish jobs. Life wasn't easy for him, but he believed in doing the right thing no matter what. One cold evening, just as Jake was closing the shop, an elderly woman appeared, pushing an old, rusty bicycle. Her hands trembled as she explained that the bike was her only way to travel to the cemetery where her late husband was buried. She had no money left. Jake examined the bicycle and saw it needed serious repairs. He hesitated for a moment, knowing his boss strictly forbade free work. Still, something about the woman's tired eyes touched his heart. He decided that rules mattered less than humanity. He spent over an hour fixing the bike, tightening the chain, adjusting the brakes, and replacing worn parts from his own pocket. When he finished, the old woman's face lit up with gratitude. She thanked Jake repeatedly, tears filling her eyes as she rode away. The next morning, Jake arrived at work early, hoping to avoid trouble. Unfortunately, his boss had already heard about the free repair. In front of co-workers, he angrily accused Jake of stealing company time and damaging the shop's reputation. Despite Jake's calm explanation, his boss refused to listen. He handed Jake his final paycheck and told him to leave immediately. Jake walked out quietly, feeling hurt, but not ashamed. Deep inside, he knew he had helped someone who truly needed it. The next morning, Jake was jolted awake by the sound of engines rumbling outside his small rented house. When he looked through the window, his heart skipped a beat. 7 black SUVs were parked across his driveway, blocking the street completely. Men in dark suits stood quietly, speaking into earpieces. Before Jake could panic, a familiar voice called his name. It was the old woman from the bicycle shop, but she looked different now, confident, well-dressed, and calm. She smiled warmly and thanked him again for his kindness. Jake stood speechless. She explained that she was Mrs. Thompson, mother of a powerful entrepreneur who owned several transportation and logistics companies across the United States. The bicycle had been a test of character she often used to understand people's true nature. Jake had passed without hesitation. One of the suited men handed Jake a folder. Inside was a job offer to manage a new community-based auto service project meant to help low-income families. The salary was more than Jake had ever earned, along with full benefits and housing support. Later that day, the SUVs stopped outside Jake's former workplace. The boss watched in shock as company executives entered his office. By evening, the shop changed ownership. Jake was offered a leadership role but declined politely. Jake chose to lead the new project instead, helping people just like Mrs. Thompson once needed help. His simple act of kindness didn't just change his life. It reminded an entire town that compassion is the greatest success.